Okay, so we're here with Ian, Chloe, Jill, and Bill. And this is, why don't you tell people what's been going on with Ian, what you did with TruDOSE and what you've been seeing.
So we're here today for our second dose of TruDOSE. We had the first TruDOSE um, probably exactly almost 8 weeks ago. And we didn't tell anyone. We kind of just figured we would let the TruDOSE do the talking and see if there were any changes. Ian typically doesn't react or not. We've considered that nothing works for Ian, that we tried everything, we do everything, but this was one of those things where like we're just not going to tell anyone. We're going to see what happens. So Ian goes to the same behavior center and has the same therapist all the time, and they are all just saying to me, we don't understand, we can't explain it, but over the last, and this was their words, the last 8 weeks, there's such a growth in his personality, and he is starting to go up to peers to ask to play. He is less impulsive. That's the one thing they're telling me, is less impulsive. And he's just all around able to be redirected and take his direction well, sit at the table better. They're like, they don't understand, but something is changing. So I'm kind of thinking, I guess things are working. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so before they excuse me, before they the school actually responded to that, I started noticing at home that he was enjoying a little more mature programming, closer to his age group. So we started switching. They started watching Paw Patrol and Bubble Guppies, which is a little younger, but Paw Patrol is one of the ones that he lent toward. So, and he was never watching that before. Or SpongeBob. It was always the small little baby cartoon.
Like on a loop. Like he'd watch them on a continual loop, rewind, watch, rewind, watch. Now he's full episodes and watching sort of age appropriate videos, and definitely becoming a little bit more social at school. And that's for him. What? For him, that's a huge thing. Do you know we're talking about you? What are we talking about?
Ian, say hi.
Say hi.
Say hi, Ian.
All right,
For
that's
him,
good.
that is a big thing, the social aspect, because he really was isolated, even at the playground, at school. He would just play in his own little area, and they would encourage play. But for him to reach out to another peer, not just be parallel playing, it's a huge gain in our eyes.
Yeah.
Because you have to take the small, the small gains, they all equal big gains in the long run. So we're thinking this is a good thing, whether you don't always get the healing you want, but there's definitely, I believe in my heart, healing occurring.
It's great. What have you been noticing, Chloe?
How I feel is with the communication with me is he's just been so much better. He usually repeats, so if I like say to him, like say a full sentence, he will repeat it, but he's not been repeating as much as before we started getting this. And I just feel like he's just so much better, and that the wait,
He's responding to questions better.
well, yes, he's responding to questions, and he's just so much better. Like, we go to my grandma's on Friday, and
Wow.
he now says everybody's name, and he says like hi to everybody when he comes in. He says what's up, and that's just been, he's never said that really before since we've been starting this. And the playing with other people, he's been communicating with me, playing outside, saying, oh, come on.
You're fine.
He's been saying, come on outside, play with me, Chloe. And that's just, it's deep in your heart. Like, it's a feeling knowing that he's getting so much better. And it's from when he was younger, seeing the differences. And it's just, you wouldn't know if you're not at home with them as much. Like, it's just so.
Yeah, the change.
Those small gains, but they're large.
Yeah, in the scheme of things, if you know Ian from the baseline to now, Like even his therapists at Allied, who have been his speech and occupational therapists, there's just a huge growth. And a typical parent might not see the growth because they have a typical child, but if you have a special needs child, your growth is different than them. It's time for bubble gummies. Your expectations as a special needs parent is definitely different than that of a typical parent. So you have to celebrate the small things, and we're definitely celebrating since the treatment a lot more because we're seeing a lot more small things to celebrate over. And this is finally, it's a good thing. We're on the right path.
So like if you're like seeing a different child, like a normal child, I could see the differences, yes, but for Ian when he was younger, seeing how he changed, my mom said, a typical parent wouldn't see the differences, and they would just say, "Oh, he's still very bad."
There's different expectations.
Yeah.
Yes, but I would say, since I known him since he's been here, there's so much differences. He's been so much better, and he's just so good.
Yeah, he is.
So you're a good boy.
He is.
Even coming here today,
Even coming
It
here
was
today,
calmer,
yeah, I mean,
less tantrums,
less anxiety.
less anxiety.
That's a huge thing because he has anxiety terrible, and for him to come in, sit in a chair, let them put the patch on,
Yeah.
and go through that whole process with maybe 1 or 2 screams, that's huge. That's a huge process.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to see how the next dental visit is going to go.
Great.
We're thrilled with it all. We're definitely on board for the full, the next session and see what good things come.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm sure
Oh,
people are going to be so
absolutely.
happy. Thank you, Ian and Chloe. Thank you.
Say bye.
Say bye. Bye.